The Browns won a shootout in their first matchup against the Bengals. Can Cincinnati get revenge? Find out next on Madden NFL 22.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
First 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
Let's go, boys. Bring it.
Here come the Bengals now to take over. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Young on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The 40, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
We know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
And the next-gen stats say, CD, that he traveled nearly 70 yards with it after the catch.
Now the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
Brandon, it's always nice when you get recognized with an individual award. And he was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week last week. But when you do it in a win, so much the better.
Absolutely. And he was all talking about that win, not so much the award he received on Wednesday.
And it's a nice-looking award. I wonder if he took it home, got out of the car, showed it off to the kids in the neighborhood, passed it around. I wonder what he did with it.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, you know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Flush to his right. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 33 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. He'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Point after, right down the middle. And it will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. That throw by Young incomplete.
He had a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he's been fun to watch run the football. We know he can pass, but using his legs effectively here in this one.
No doubt about it. Watch him maneuver in the pocket, out of the pocket, making the plays that he's making, which are breaking down the defense. I thought back to when we had our morning jog before the game, and I couldn't keep up with you. Those legs, they're valuable for his team.
The Browns drive about to get started. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
And Charles, of interest here, that last throw is going to put him over 20,000 yards passing for his career, and that's not a bad number.
You're exactly right about that, and even though it's nowhere near the top of the leaderboard.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year, and the Browns have taken the lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A big play there for Cincinnati. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Young, he's going to loft it deep right sideline. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. The coverage good, the pressure good, leads to the sack, and it's 3rd and goal now. Young with it, 3rd and goal. And he's going to go down again. That will bring up 4th down, and and an 11-yard loss to boot.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
So here are the Browns to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Well, these two teams met in Cleveland earlier in the year with the Browns coming out on top. So a win here in Cincinnati would give them the season sweep 2-zip.
On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. And we're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere and the dermatologist was on speed dial. But I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about this start if they keep winning games. You and I both know, we in the media, we'll start to obsess about it and wonder, can they take it all the way to an undefeated season?
Now a handoff looking right. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. A gain of 3, second down. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
And this one is right through. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive, as they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle.
And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll send you down to our... Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And now here's a carry heading left. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat, in every meeting with reporters. This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A big play that time for Cleveland.
Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Tackling's obviously critical down near the goal line. That was great work there to make the hit behind the line and make sure he doesn't get any further. Did a really nice job wrapping up and not letting him loose.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year.
And the Browns take the opening quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Now the try here for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
On 1st and 10, Young. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Brings up third and 11.
Young working out of the gun.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome.
And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's got his big tight end here. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Let's go!
A big play that time on the catch and run.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
42's the mic, boys. 42.
Out of the gun, it's Young. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now this throw caught left side. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
So this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk it. Under pressure, they got him again. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. Now on third and forever, he'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves him well short for fourth down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the...
It got his man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. 81 yards.
And the Browns add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Cincinnati set to take over once again. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Mike's 42. Mike's 42. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Check. 42's the Mike. Check.
Young looks to throw on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now the Bengals on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Young. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Greg Newsome.
And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air, eluding the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season.
And the Browns are poised to move to 8-0 as they extend their lead even further.
The extra point up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second. Another try after the first down sack. Young. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Now the Bengals on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not get back there. It's a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Fielded at about the 28.
There we go. Woo!
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. 1st and 10. Dancing to his left. Throwing left side, it's complete. Sheds off the tackle. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. A big play that time for Cleveland.
Of note, that last throw right there, putting him over 3,000 yards passing now for the year.
And when you start running the numbers in your head and realize that we're not halfway done with the season yet, you think to yourself, could this be a 6,000-yard season? That's definitely on the table.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Now a first down throw for Young. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
At the 32-yard line.
Let's go, Mike 42, Mike 42. Man, I gotta go.
Now here's Young. And he will find his big tight end over the middle.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Browns,
they continue to cruise as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign.
And they'll return home next week to take on the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers.